Hey y'all, welcome back.
And there we go again.
Yes. All right, so let's jump right in today. We're on Instagram Live.
we're doing
so
Instagram
hi
Live.
everyone.
Yes, good morning.
All right, so instead of doing, well, I don't have a negative that I want to turn into a positive this week, but I do have some like a lesson that I learned this week, and I think that it's giving me the opportunity for growth eventually, and it's just kind of like a self-reflection that I did. So I'm really noticing that I'm carrying the weight of people's problems a lot
Yeah.
at work, and it's really just messing with my mental big time. And I just like don't even know, like, and I know, you know, as a social worker, that's something that they always prepare you for, and they're like, you know, this is
it like your coworkers or it's like
no, I think
people?
like other people.
Okay.
And it's just, and it could be my coworkers too, because I feel like we're all like at a place where we have a lot going on.
Yeah.
And it's just so hard, like, to just not carry that. And, like, you know, we had a situation, you know, the other day, and I'm like, I had a conversation with someone, and after that conversation, I felt like the weight of the world was on my chest, and I was like, had anxiety, and it was just crazy. And I was like, oh my God, like, I really have to learn how to, like, not carry this much weight. And so it's just kind of like
everything.
And I'm like, and I don't know, like, I feel like I was like doing so good with that and just like working on that, because that was always one of my weaknesses. But I just feel like lately it's just been so hard to be able to just break that.
Or at least you're noticing it. That's one of the good things. And then just trying to like, I know it's hard to like create distance, but almost like not like caring, but not being able to like overcare. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know the word for it, but not like assuming that, because then it becomes like your stress and your anxiety.
Exactly. And I'm like, oh, I don't need more.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
But
no, I feel like, so since last week, and I listened back to the episode, which I always do, and for some reason it resonated with me even more listening to it than it did recording it. Yeah. And so I know in last week's podcast I was saying like, I did a lot of work around my triggers and that I was like in a better headspace and all those things. And then at the end I was like, but I'm in a rut. So it was like sort of contradicting. But then this week I was like, okay, I need to get out of like self-reflection mode a little bit and like into application mode. And then I was like actively like changing my mindset throughout the week.
Right.
And then noticed some things about myself too, like that I'm in constant fight or flight mode. And like there's reasons for that. And like there's a lot of like health background into that. So it's like now that I know that I'm in that and like just trying to get out of that. Yeah. Okay. And then also too, I did I had my employee review this week at my job.
Oh, nice.
I know. And my boss who was reviewing me, she was like what do you, because we were saying how the pandemic takes a toll on everybody. So she was like, what is, how do you eat dinner or something? And I'm like, oh yeah, we order out a lot. Like, I thought that's what she was asking. And she was like, but you eat at home, right? And I'm like, yeah. And she was like, yeah. She was like, you're not even going to restaurants anymore to eat. Like, there's a lot of things that are contributing to like, you're always being in the house. That you're just in this like bubble. She's like, and you're not having human interaction anymore. She's like, that's why we want people to come back to work so that it's not so heavy.
Right.
And you're not just home, like, you know, just going through the days, like sleeping, working, you know.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's so true.
So then now I'm like, today I said to Anuti, I'm like, we need to go out and do something.
Right.
Like, make it good.
JR's
hey. I know. But hey, there's more people joining in.
Hi, everyone. Oh.
So we actually, what do we do? Oh, we changed our episode topic.
Yeah, we changed the episode topic.
We always change the episode topic based on, like, what we feel like our audience wants to hear.
Yeah.
So the first few we did, like, by schedule, and then this one we're like, let's change it.
Yeah, we're just going with the flow today.
Yeah. So, and we wanted to have, like, them be able to ask questions.
Yeah, exactly. Something that, you know, we could be transparent about and just open and have fun. Our last two episodes were definitely
like a little heavy.
Yeah. They were deep. So we really just want to have fun this episode. And what's more fun than friends?
Yeah.
So yeah, let's start off with the first question. So what is being a good friend to you? You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first. You're so good at this. Well, why don't we start with, like, we could start with that question, but, like, our longest friendships, like, just say, are we saying names? Are we saying who they are?
Yeah.
We're giving credit.
What are they going to
We're giving
us?
credit.
No.
But yeah, so you're going to obviously talk about Britt, and I'll talk about Soph, because those are our two, like, longest friendships.
Yeah.
And then we can just say, like, yeah.
Well, yeah. Yeah, so me and Britt have been friends for 20 plus years. I think we just made 21 years this year.
Oh my God. That's long.
Yeah. We've been friends since pre-K.
What year is that?
My girl, 2000.
Oh, duh, 21.
Yeah, 2000.
That's good.
We were in pre-K, little babies. Yeah, we've been friends forever. It's crazy. Like, we're real BFFs.
Well, we don't have that many years. Yeah, old.
No. Yeah, I mean, we've definitely had our fair share of bumps in the road.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, that girl is like I love her.
Yeah.
That's my girl.
Yeah, so Soph would be mine, and we've been friends since high school, since 2009. So we have 12 years now?
Yeah.
This math really needs to stop. Oh, it's going on 12 years.
12 years.
It's going on 12 years, yeah. So we have 12 years of friendship, and we definitely have had our bumps in the road too. But yeah. So let's get into like our the friendship dynamics and stuff. Yeah. I think that's fun.
Yeah.
So, like, for me and Soph, I have to say we're super opposite, but super the same, too. And I think because, I know I'm sorry, I'm not going to apologize for talking about astrology anymore. Don't. So, she's a Taurus and I'm a Libra, so we're both ruled by Venus. And, yeah, and I think we're very opposite. She's an earth sign, I'm an air sign, and we're just very, like, you know, there's a lot of differences in our friendship, but there's a lot of similarities, too, that, it's funny because over the years, I feel like people have said to us, like, not that how can we be friends with one another, but it's like, what do you guys have in common? Right. I've gotten that question a lot for some reason. And I'm like, it's really weird, but me and Soph are super balancing. Yeah. And, like, if we're together, like, there's a extreme polarity there that we're, like, you know, able to balance each other out and just be, you know, exist as, like, friends. But it's funny because a lot of people would be like, they wouldn't see that friendship, like, especially with us and, like, our personalities and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like me and Britt, like, I'm very strong-willed, like, about things, and, like, she's very, like, go with the flow.
Yeah.
So, there, like, I know, like, there would be times it's, like, I'm, like, such a stickler about this, and she's, like, no, but, like, we're gonna chill out and do this. Or, like, you know, like, so we're very, like, the same. Like, we're very different, but we collab well together, you know?
Yeah, I feel like you bring balance to Britt, too.
Yeah, because I feel, I agree.
And then Britt would, like, show you, like, to not take life so serious.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas, like, I feel like for me, I always say me and Britt are the, like, crazy wild child in the group, and then you and Soph are like, ma'am?
Chill out.
No, yeah.
So... yeah, I definitely, I mean, we lasted 21 years this long. So I feel like there's definitely been a good balance between us. Just like, we're us.
Yeah. Me and Soph have our 12 years, and I mean, we fight like sisters, but, and that's like the other thing. I feel like with all of you guys, I feel like, and even my friends, Ashley included, everybody has turned into family to me. Oh, yeah. So I feel like when we fight, I get like super emotional, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, this is like obviously what it's like having sisters.
No,
yeah, I start seeing it that way.
I feel like I think actually Adele's in here. She just made me think of her because we just had this conversation a couple weeks ago. Like, you know, we were saying like it's so like now that, you know, like we're adults and like life is just going, like it's so hard to be able to like connect all the time, be there for each other all the time, you know, and then you don't like, I feel like you always have in the back of your mind, like, do they know that I care about them? Like, do they know that I'm thinking about them? Like, I like, maybe I didn't have a second to like check in, but like I'm thinking about them, like, and it's like, we were like talking, I was like, no, like my love for you will never change. Like, you know, like I know your love for me will never change. And no matter what, like we don't have to see each other every day, talk to each other every day, but like that friendship will always be there, you know? Yeah. And it's like the Almost 30 podcast, the girl talks about how she's like, I wish, like, she's like, friendships would be so much better if like our brain could send text messages for us.
Right.
Because it's true. So true. Like, so many people I think about and I'm like, oh my God, I missed them. Like, I wonder how they're doing. But, like, I don't take that second to, like, send the text. And it's like, if my brain could do it for me, I'd be on good standings with everyone.
Right. That's so funny because I also, like, Sam, I was the one that I dormed with in Montclair. We were, like, extremely close, obviously, in college. And it was funny because I was, like, so reminiscent on college this week. And I'm like, we should have an episode about college. But Jen didn't dorm, so it wouldn't even be funny.
No.
But I have some crazy stories. But, yeah, with Sam, it was funny because I was really thinking about her. And just because, like, I was listening to, like, music I would listen to when I was in college and everything. And then out of nowhere, she texted me and she's like, or she wrote to me on Instagram, like, responding to one of my stories, like, LMAO or whatever. And I'm like, girl, I was just thinking about you. And it's just funny how, like,
you just think about people, right? Like, if only our brain could send a text.
I know. We'd have so many friends.
So true. That's true.
That's funny. Michaela said college episode. Yeah, we have to. We have to get people on here that dorm, though.
Yeah, because I don't have.
I mean, we could do the commuter life too. I mean, I commuted too after a year and a half.
Yeah, we could. But
I think
we could do like commuter life versus dorm life and like the differences.
Or being involved versus like not being involved.
Episode.
Because were you involved in school?
No.
In college? Yeah, me either.
No.
But Michaela's on like every club imaginable, so that'll be cool.
Nice. Michaela, good for you.
We actually have another one, Pauline, if you're still in here, we have another episode idea.
Yeah, we have an idea.
Stay tuned.
Come be our guest.
But yeah, so I think sorry.
It's okay. She's putting on
I need a chapstick. Let's get back to the notes, just see what
Yeah, no, I think that friendships are
So what's being a good friend? Like, how do you think you're a good friend to people?
I'm a bomb-ass friend.
Okay, don't yell at me.
No, I think that being a good friend, like, for me means that, you know, and I feel like I'm going to contradict myself because I don't feel like I've been a good friend
I always say that,
people
though.
lately. But
I've said that to you.
I feel like just, like, showing up, like, you know, being there for them, like, and it doesn't necessarily mean, like, physically, like, in person, but, like, just, like, checking in.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where I've lacked in my friendship, like, lately, is just, like, checking in on people.
Yeah.
But it sucks because you want that in return, right? Like, you want to make sure that, like, people are checking in on you, but are you checking in on others?
Yeah,
so I feel like that's something that I could recognize that I'm just not good at in that department right now.
I don't know if I would say not good at, but I get it. You always have 2 kids that you're checking in on every day.
No, I know, but still, like, you know, I just feel like, I don't know. That's just where
I get that too, because I feel like that was like with Ashley, like, me and Ashley were together all the time.
Yeah.
And I was always with her and everything. And then when it came down to, like, the last 2 years, I feel like when people needed it the most, like, I feel like I was, like, a hermit. And I didn't, like, you know, reach out and just check in. Yeah. So I have that guilt, too.
Yeah, it's just, that's the word, guilt.
But and that's the thing, too, like, with the pandemic, how it has changed friendships is, like, I feel like we all used to, like, be there, show up, go out to eat, like, all those things.
Yeah, there was always something going on.
Right, there was always something to do. And then now it's like we don't do those things. Like, we don't take time to be like, let's just go grab a margarita really quick, you know? Or, like, so.
That's so true.
I feel like we need to start implementing that. Like, or let's just do, like, a girls' night out every, like, 2 Thursdays and just do, like, literally an hour of just grabbing a glass of wine or something.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Just getting that, like, getting us all back together. Yeah, because when do we even see each other? We only see each other every week to film the podcast. But before then, it would be like once a month. Like, when's the last time we saw Bert or Soph? Yeah. Probably like my birthday.
Yeah.
In September. So, like, it's 3 months later. And, you know?
Yeah, it's
like,
true.
the years are just flying by and we're not making new memories. Like, it's kind of sad.
I agree, Mariah. That's so true.
Yeah.
We definitely have to, like, start connecting and, like, doing stuff again.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. So, I think as a friend, I don't know. I think I've always been that friend that's, like, just there and, like, reliable for people.
I agree, you are.
I'm just, like, if you need something, I'm like, okay, what do you need? Like, what do you need that I could help you with or whatever? Right. I feel like that's a way to be a good friend. Mm-hmm. It's just, like, not thinking about, like, what the benefit or gain is for you. Yeah. But, like, how can you help somebody else? I feel like that's
And but that's one thing too that I like that, like, I could, like, be that friend too, like, you know, that, like, people could just come to and be like, hey, like, this is what's going on, like, what do we do? What, like, you know, like, what's your advice?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like you give good insight, like, even if you can't, like, presently go do something for someone, like, you give really good like, guidance.
Right. Yeah, I try. Because I feel like that, you know, like if you could do something to like help lack an area which you feel like bad in, at least, you know, you kind of have that balance.
Yeah. I feel like maybe because I have such a good support system that I try to be that for other people.
Yeah.
Because I know people don't, you know, like even with their families are like just not dependable and all those things. Yeah. So
it's hard.
And then, you know, friendships change too.
Oh, yeah.
Friendships change over the years. I mean, we've had a few friend groups.
I had a few. I was outside. I had a whole bunch of friends. No,
we had a few friends.
My friends judge me. What's going on?
No, I'm just checking the comments. Drop something in the drop questions in the comments if you have any.
We're totally open to questions too.
Yeah.
I definitely agree that like friendships change. We outgrow people. People outgrow us. Maybe we're just not meant for everyone.
No, we're definitely not meant for everybody. If you're listening, girl, because I see you in here, not everybody's meant for everybody, and that's for sure. Because, like I feel, and I think things come to light in situations like this, like in like the COVID, like, you know, how everybody's suffering, and it's the person you are during those times that I feel like really define who you really are. I'm sorry, but
that part. Wow. Okay. I like that.
But if you can't be a decent human during hard times or like be understanding or show compassion, then it's like, take it back. I don't want your friendship.
I feel like you like, especially now, like I don't know, maybe it's just because like, because I feel like you're like, you know, we're on the same level, right, when it comes to like transparency. Like we're super transparent. Like I tell people all the time, like I am an open book. Like you ask me a question and I'm gonna just be like this is what it is, like this is what I've been through, this is my story. Like I'm always down to share like my story, my experiences. Like I feel like I don't have to put on like that front, like, you know, like for other people to feel like, oh, this is who I am or whatever. Like
I know, I feel like
especially
we're both open
now
books.
as an adult, I feel like high school me definitely put on like a little front, like whatever. But like now as an adult, I feel like judge me, like but like I'm not gonna put on a front for you, like, or for anybody and pretend that I'm someone that I'm not, because like I am who I am, like
and I think that's like,
and that like
if your friends can't see that, then they're not your friend.
Yeah. Like you and especially with your friends, I feel like you should be able to be like, I should be able to see right through you, you know, like be so transparent, because like those are your people. Like those are the people who are going to have your back, like when no one else does, or when you feel like, you know, there you have no one else.
Yeah, I feel like a big thing for me is like in friendship, especially with female friendships, because we do have a question on here. What's the dynamic between like the difference between guy and girl friendships? Right. Because there is a different dynamic, like, you know. But with female friendships, I have to say one of the biggest things that is like, I want to say, it's not so much loyalty, but just like knowing like I don't even know how to put it into words, but just knowing that like you have my best interests at heart no matter where you are, you know? Like I feel like you could be in a room full of people that could like despise me or something, but just knowing you, I'm not saying about like talking crap or anything like that, but I feel like I was going somewhere with that and I blinked again. This is normal. I was going somewhere. But but
no, I feel you. I feel like I knew where you were going.
I don't know where I was going. But yeah. But no, I feel like my biggest thing with learning with friendships over the last 2 years was people having compassion. I really feel like people need to show other people grace. Like everybody is going through things and it's not always about you. And if you can't be that as a friend, then you're just not a friend.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's another thing too that I like it kind of like bothers me when people are telling a story and it's like, oh, me too. Oh, I did that. I went through that too. Yeah. But like I like just listen.
That's what I was telling you last week. Yes. When you were like, everybody, you know, that one person that was like, oh, I can relate and I could this and I can that. Like
sometimes you don't. Yeah, like no, you don't.
The story's
they're not
about
looking for that. Yeah, just. okay, you went through that, fine. Share what they can do to get out of their situation, right? Maybe you can do that, like, or don't share.
Yeah, don't share. Because some things, you know what? I used to hate when people would be like, oh, I have the answer to everything too. Like, you know, like, but you don't have the answer. Because not that just because I don't have the answer, but it's like sometimes just be there to listen. Right. I think as people, we just have to be good listeners. Like, practice that. Practice just being in silence, letting somebody talk to you. Seriously, I feel like you'll look at the conversation differently.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I like that.
Yeah.
Be quiet.
Shut up. We have a question in here. What's the most important quality you guys look for in friends? Well, I don't go looking for friends anymore.
I have my people.
Yeah, you know, I think when you get older, it's your friend, because I feel like our friend group, like we said, it used to be like a big pool of people. Like, we would hang out with this group of people. Like, we never judged, discriminated. No. Like, we always just we had fun, I think. But I think now it's like, I don't know if I would look for, I think that, what we just said, like, I would look for somebody who doesn't make it about them. And knows, like, just a vibe, to respect you. Like, because
you know what? Like, I've encountered some really good people. Yeah. Like, you know, and I just feel like the friendships, like, they drifted away, right? They were temporary. Like, you know, I had a party stage friends, like, where we just partied every weekend. Like, friends we could just chill and drive around. Like, you know, like, I know there's different friends for different phases in your life. So I just feel like, you know, it's just kind of like, you just go... Just feel it out.
I was gonna say, and you think back 5 years ago,
you'll know, like, you know, if this this person's not for me, like, you know, like, especially me, like, there's certain people that I could just, like, deal with, and then there's certain people that just make me cringe, and I'm just like, you're doing way too much for me right now.
Yeah, I think if I think back to my life like 5 years ago, and I was just like, you know, doing the things and like living how you should be living in your 20s, just having fun and stuff. I was surrounded by a lot of good people. That's for sure. Like, and I have to say, a lot of those friendships didn't last, unfortunately. But like I said, I was just surrounded by a lot of good people, and I made really good memories that I'm thankful for now. So, and I feel like I learned a lot through that. So yeah, I think just surrounding yourself with good people is important regardless. So don't even go searching for somebody's like qualities, because I feel like everybody has their own like healing to do and like their own, you know, skeletons baggage in their closet. Yeah. So it's like, try to go into, and this is the thing too, because I know you guys hate that I'm like this, but I'm super open-minded and trusting. I feel like I feel like I trust very easily. Like, I'll be like, okay, I trust you, like, because I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Like, you're a human, you're coming to me, like, we're forming a connection, so I trust you, right? Yeah. But then you have to show me why I shouldn't. I feel like instead, you know how people are like, oh, you have to gain my trust. Like, no, I give it to you. I give you grace. Like, here you go. But then if you do something to not even just take the trust away, but if you do something to like be a bad friend, like, that's when I'm like, oh, okay, now I know. Like, now I'll keep you. And it's funny because me and Toph used to say we have first, second, third string friends. Like, like in football, you know how like there's a first string, second string. But we used to say that, and it would be like, we used to really be like, no, those people, like, and it would really like help us categorize. Like, I'm not gonna give a first string friend like the treatment I would give a third string friend. You know, like, there's just a difference, because you just know where those people will show up in your life, and it's like some people are just meant to be there on that third, second, fourth, whatever, how many strings there are in football. But some people are just meant for that.
That's true.
And you can't give everybody your first string attention. Like, no. Just saying. Just saying, not saying, you know? Yeah, we used to say that all the time. So Sophie used to be like, Mariah, that's a second string friend. What are you doing? Like, you know? But,
yeah. Britt always used to see through my other friends. She used to be so mad. Like, that's not your friend. And I used to be like, Britt, just chill. Give them a chance. They're cool. Like, blah, blah, blah. Then she would give them a chance. And then they would, like, fuck me over. And she's like, I told you.
No,
like,
that would me and Britt.
Get rid of them.
Same. Because that's how I am with Sophie. Sophie used to have all these friends. I used to be like, girl. She used to be like, Mariah, we're friends. No, we're not. No, you're not. Stop it.
Yeah. But then, you know, I keep relating back to this podcast. But they were just talking about, in the Almost Dirty podcast, they were saying, like, how, the world would be such a better place if like every girl, like girl on girl, would be like drunk girls in the bathroom.
Yes,
like if everyone acted like drunk girls in the bathroom, like girl power would be out of this world, right? Yeah. Like, and I was like, that's so funny, because like they're so friendly. Yeah, everyone's so friendly in the bathroom.
I mean, it depends what bar I guess you go to, because we've been in some situations where the girls weren't friendly.
You're right.
Let me stop. Okay. Yeah. But all right, sorry, we had a moment. We just both glimpsed back to the same moment. I know what moment you're glimpsing back to. But yeah, so I think there are a lot of things that can make your friendships change too over the years.
Yeah.
I feel like one of them, I think one of them for me is getting into a relationship, honestly. Yeah. Because I feel like I used to have more time. Well, not that I used to have more time. I used to make more time for my friends because I didn't have anybody to, like, I didn't have a partner that I had to come back and be like, hey, like, you know, like, it was just me. Yeah. So I could give, like, all my undivided attention to, like, myself, my friends, my family, whatever. Yeah. And now that I have, like, a partner, like, I have to sometimes think about it. But also, I know I'm guilty of not making more time for, like, my friends. Because I'm, like, I think of doing things with him. Not that we do everything together either, but, if, like, when we do fun things, we do them together. Yeah. So it's, like, I try to include him in everything. But then it's, like, some things he doesn't need to be included in, you know? Yeah. But I think that
I think that sometimes though that's hard
Ashley's for laughing. Someone. That's true. She was like, "You're that girl who gets into a relationship and forgets about her friends." I don't. No, but I think that
there are like that's a big one. You know that sometimes it's hard, right, to be able to accept that in a friendship because you're like, look at this girl. She was with us all the time, every weekend, doing this, doing that, and now she's
your relationship a part of your identity.
Yeah, and like now she's, you know, like she left us for her man and she don't want to hang out no more. She don't want to leave the house. Yeah. Like, and you know, sometimes it's hard to be able to accept that, but when you look at it, you're like, okay, like, you know, like I understand, like, you know, she's doing her thing, like she has to build that same rapport that me and her have. She now has to build that with him. Yeah. So it's hard sometimes to be able to like realize that. I feel like
I also think too that it was hard, especially with the pandemic, because we were together every single day. Like we lived together, all those things. Like it's hard because it's like now he's like a comfort blanket too. Like that's bad, but he's like a security blanket. But I do think that for me personally, I need to find my individuality again because I feel like I sort of we became one, right? And it's like, but we're not. We're two different people, and like I want to give more attention to, you know, things. My friends and the things that made me feel good because I really miss being around my friends and just like having those moments and creating memories. Like even for your birthday, we had like it was me, you, Britt, Fidel, and we were just sitting there like literally just talking. It was such a vibe. Yeah, and it was just like, you know, like I feel. It was, that's what it was. It was just such a vibe. Like, we were just sitting there reminiscing on, like, old memories. And, like, it's so crazy that we have to look back 2 or 3 years, like, granted the pandemic, but that we only have memories from, like, those years, you know? Yeah. Like, we don't have new memories. Like, remember, we were, like, flying to Mexico and taking vacations. And, like, we were going to clubs at, like, 19. Like, you know, doing these things. So, that were fun.
Partying every weekend.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be in the club now, though.
No, not for nothing. My aunt literally last night, right, she calls me. She's like, oh, like, what are you, we were just talking on the phone. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I got out of work. I went to Trader Joe's. I'm in ShopRite. She's like, Jen, flashback 5 years ago on a Friday night. What would you be doing right now? Getting ready to go out and like drink, blah, 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 have fun. She's like, and now you're in Trader Joe's. And I was like, wow, thanks for making me feel old. Like a whole so mom out here. Yeah. But it is true. And I'm like, wow, like this is my Friday night. I cleaning my fridge, putting away groceries.
I know. I can't even drink 5 years anymore. Ago, yeah. Like, I know, can you imagine? I used to be like Tequila Betty, but now I can't drink anymore.
It's hard.
Yeah. Walking in heels. Can you imagine if we had to get dressed up? First of all, I got a broken ankle now, so I can't do those things. But can you imagine if we had to do those things still? No. I mean, I don't know. Maybe when we're like in our 30s and thriving, like we'll be, you know, we'll make a comeback. Right. I don't know. But
we're 30 years old, strutting our stuff.
Oh my god!
Right now,
I just wanted to take a look at this really quick.
I can't even. It's a fight to put on makeup.
I know. Never mind. I know, but that's the thing too with like the pandemic. And this is a little sidetrack off of friendships because you know we always do those little tangents. But I was thinking too, like, what do you do for yourself? That's like, you know, I haven't got my nails done in I don't even know how long. Like, I do my own eyebrows, but that's different. Like, I haven't even been to, you know, like, we don't do anything for ourselves anymore either. It's hard. To make you feel like yourself again. Mm-hmm. You know, I was thinking about that, too. I'm like, I think my butt is ingrained on my couch. Like, I really need to, like, get back up. Like, go back to doing things that make me feel good. Yeah. Not just, like, I know, existing in the house because of, like, I feel like COVID really, like, changed the way we live.
It's a new norm. Brian came for me when I said that. But whatever.
With the no Omarion virus, I'm not saying in the house.
We outside.
I'm gonna go visit Omarion in LA.
Omarion. I said Mario. Oh God.
This is really us, guys. Candid, because we're just making a joke out of today's episode. It's fun though. I know we needed to have fun and
like laugh. We did. Like that's one thing. Like we said, like it took us like a while just to like look what we were gonna do, and it was just like we cannot do another deep episode. I know. We just need to have fun.
The lineup is crazy.
Like, it was like
we're too deep. I'm like, whoa, pump the brakes. We need to have a little fun today.
Yeah, no, we're here for all the fun. That's why we came on live, just to talk to you guys, chat, like talk about it.
Yeah. Drop some more questions in the questions or like commentary in the Facebook Live. What is this? Instagram Live. They're all merging as one. Mm-hmm. But so we kind of talked about a few of the things that we have here. The one, I don't know. Did you want to?
I had a really good guy friendship growing up in grammar school. Mm-hmm. We were really close. Like I don't know who you're talking about really right close. Now. You don't know?
No. You don't have to tell me, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. We would literally be on the phone like all night, like hang out every weekend. Like it was such it was just such a good friendship. And then like we got to high school and like everything started drifting away. And like we were super, even in high school, like we would like chat here and there, but it was just like never the same, you know? And it's just so sad because like that person was a really good friend to me and I was like a really good friend to them. And it just, like, ever since then, like, I feel like that relationship, I never let another, like, guy get that close, you know, like, and be, like, that good of a friend.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's, like, intentionally, like, why I did that, but I just didn't, like, it just didn't, you know?
I feel like I was the opposite. I had a lot of really good guy friends. Mm-hmm. I feel like really ones that my family knew, and they were, you know, like, always at my house, like... My mom, like, loved them as, like, you know, obviously kids and stuff. But I noticed a difference, though, in, like, my younger guy friends, like, the people that I grew up with in, like, 8th grade. And, like, we were really out, like, you know, together every single day back, like, when we were younger at the parks, like, doing all these things. And, like, we grew up together, like, watching each other at, like, our PAL, BYF, like, games and stuff. Mm-hmm. So we had, like, that, like... group that like grew up together, and then we were like went into high school, and unfortunately like everybody kind of went in their own direction because like you're in high school. But then I made friends through like high school and after high school, and I remember it was just different, maybe because we were younger, but like the loyalty wasn't the same. Like where I remember one of my friends after like as I was older, he was like, oh, that's embarrassing. And I was like, it was something stupid too, and I'm like, that's embarrassing. But then, like, I literally called one of my other, like, guy friends from, like, 8th grade. And he was like, okay, I'm going to come get you right now. You know, like, there was just, like, a difference in the friendship. And I'm like, I wonder why. Like, you know, like. Yeah. So I've always cherished my friends from when I was younger. And I think that, too. Like, I know that the loyalty still exists. Like, I know that I could call some of them and be like, this is what's going on. And they'd be, like, right there.
Right there for you.
But, you know.
I like that.
Yeah. It's been some years, but.
Yeah, no, I'm sure they'll still show up. Mm-hmm. That's just, I don't know. No, actually, I feel like we had I almost said their name. I was like, wait. We had a good guy friend, like.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, so maybe I shouldn't say that. Well. We did, I guess.
No, yeah, we had a good guy friend, but unfortunately, like,
things just separated, right?
Well, I think it was a little bit of everything. Yeah. But we talked about on the relationships podcast.
True.
But, yeah. I wonder, like, how do you feel about if Brian had, like, a close girlfriend? Because that's true. Like, I feel like people think, like, it's so dramatic to be, like, or you're insecure if you feel like, but I feel like, I don't know. I feel like
No.
No, I'm saying, like, I feel like for me, I feel like the kind of friendship that I gave my guy friends was almost as if they were my boyfriend, but without, like, I treated them so good, but without, like, that intimacy title. So it's like, I couldn't give that to somebody else now, like, that I'm in a relationship, right? Like, don't you feel like, I don't know. Because I held my guy friend.
You mean, like, so, like, you're saying, like, single Mariah, like, treated her guy friends
really
well, but, like, relationship Mariah wouldn't be able to give that same
I don't think
energy.
I'd be able to. I think a nudie might, I don't know, he might be offended that I would give somebody the same energy. Because it's almost like giving an equal part of me. Like, you know, like, or giving them importance, and then that gets muddy. Like, then who ranks first? Like, you would assume, obviously, you're a partner, but then it's like, you know, like, how do you betray your friend? Like, all those things. Yeah. You know, that could get muddy.
Messy.
Yeah. It's messy. So, like, how would you feel if, like...
No.
Right. Okay.
I wouldn't feel.
All right.
I would be mad, though, because I just feel like you said, like, you... Even with my girl friendships, I feel like you have to put 100%, like, in order to be, like, a good friend, right? So, like, why, who is she giving her 100%? No.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Like, sense. I just, like, I feel like no.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Like, there's no, yeah, I get that.
I don't, and, like, I mean, like, that's, like, good friend. Because
like, I feel like if they had, like, a best friend that was,
because but he has, you know, like, not really friends, because, like, Adele's family is, like, they're, like, family. But, like, he'll hang out with, like, Adele's sister and, like, smoke with her or, like, something like that. And, like, that wouldn't bother me. Like, that doesn't bother me. But I feel like, if it's, like, someone that, like, I don't even know, like, or I have a, like, relationship with, like, no. Like, Brian will call you guys, like, my friends, and just be like, hey, what's up? Like,
what are you guys doing?
Yeah, what are you guys doing? Like, and, like, so, like, that doesn't bother me, but, like, if it's someone that, like, I don't have a relationship with, and that's just, like, his friend, then, like, that makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. I feel like I wish Nudie was closer to you guys for some reason. I don't know why. Right. Well, because I feel like he did have girlfriends. He was like me. Like, I had a lot of guy friends coming into the relationship, back into the relationship, and so did he. But I think that's where it gets muddy, is, like, when your guy friends or your girlfriends start, like, texting you, oh, I love you, good night. Like, girl, I'll give you. Girl, yeah, no. So that's why I'm like, no. Like, I feel like a lot of people don't know boundaries. No. And it's like, as a friend, like, you know, and I know I was like that too. Like, I have a friend, a guy friend that I remember I used to say, like, you know, but I would only do it, like, on Instagram, not through text message. And I would just be like, hey, just, like, you know, sending you love, like, you know, whatever. But then I saw, like, he started to distance himself from me once he got into a relationship, and I understood why. You know, but I understood that because I was already in one. Right. But, like, I did, like, that person to me is, like, super important. Yeah. You know?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that's no.
I know, but it's a lot. Messy. I know, it gets messy. That's why people are like, oh, you're so insecure, you're like a hater if you can't. No, it's not that. It's that we understand how energy works.
What about work friends? Like, of the opposite sex, so, like, a female that he's friends with at work.
I mean, I think he has a female that he's friends with at work now that I don't, like,
you and the nudie have a different dynamic.
I was going to say that, too. Because, you know, I don't get, like... Yeah. You know, I'm not really, like... whatever, and they, like, text too, but not like that. Like, I think she's a dog trainer, so, like, she'll train Fiona once in a while, but he'll send me videos, like, while like, you know, like, it's just, I feel like he doesn't move in a way that I have to be worried about. Yeah, it would be different if he did do that. Yeah, but then there was, like, he did have a friend when we did get back together, and, like, I didn't appreciate their friendship. Like, I didn't want them around each other because she exceeded her boundaries. Like, she didn't know, and I from what I've heard, I don't know, I don't judge the girl, but I feel like from what I've heard, she's done it with a lot of her guy friends. Okay. So it's like, this girl, obviously, from history, doesn't know her boundaries. Yeah. And that's the issue. Is like,
I feel like that could be definitely a big component.
Yeah, you're like, our guys could be fine, and then somebody doesn't know their boundaries. And then vice versa, too. Like, we can have guy friends that don't know their boundaries, and we're just looking at it as like, oh, no, he's just friendly or flirty. Like, it's not that serious. You know, like, I don't know. I feel like it depends on the perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, because, like, what if you, like, I think about, like, you and Nudie, like, you know, and you guys are very, like, you guys are flirtatious, like, people. Super. But you don't, like, that doesn't, you know, like, bother you guys. Yeah. So, like, think of it like, oh, if their girl, a girl that they were friends with, it does bother?
Sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sometimes it bothers. I mean, we're human, so of course it's going to bother, but it's like, too, I know that's his personality. Like, he's a super nice guy. Yeah. So it's like, sometimes he'll be very, like, nice to people. I know this just went into a relationship podcast, but he'll be really nice to people, and I'm just like, you take it as nice, but the other person is taking it as... Yeah, they're taking it as, like, they have a chance. And that's the only thing I say to him. I'm like, I don't even care if you're nice. Go ahead, flirt. You want to flirt? Get us some extra drinks while you're doing it. Like, you know, like, do whatever you got to do. But don't give anybody a sliver of a thought in their mind that they have a chance with you. Yeah. That's where it's, like, gets, like, you better stay in your lane. Yeah. Ooh, good question. I wonder why. So the question is, for those listening to the podcast and not on Instagram, did you ever have to cut off a close friend, and why?
Girl.
get into this.
Just kidding. Let me put my code. I don't even know what I was gonna say, but I'm trying to be funny. All right.
You putting the code on?
I don't know. All right. You want to tackle this first, or you want me to?
Yeah, good. I'm assuming a good girlfriend, because guy friends I obviously cut off for the reason that, like I said, it got muddy. But a good girlfriend, yes. So I mean, I could start first.
Go ahead, girl. Do your thing.
No, actually, you start first. I feel like I've been talking. I need to sip of my Starbucks.
All right. Yes. Why? I feel like.
Are we talking about the same thing?
Friend?
Yeah.
I have a few.
Okay.
I feel like one of them, yes, because of that same what we talked about before. As a friend, right, I shouldn't be able to like have a conversation with you and everything is about me. Yeah. And I feel like we definitely talked about that. So that was the reason why, like, I felt like I needed to just distance myself from that friendship, because it was just like, hey, my grandma died. Oh, hey, well, you need to come meet my dog. Like, fuck your dog. Yes. My grandma died.
Yeah.
Like, so it's just like little things like that I was just like, you know, like that just like turned me off, especially now growing like as an adult. I feel like we need to have consideration of our friendships. And I feel like that is where, like, if that lacks, that hurts. So I just couldn't deal with. Another one is just that I think I reached a point in my life where I'm done giving people access to me and it not being reciprocated, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like
I'm the meme right now trying to put the equation together in my head to think about who you're talking about, but go ahead.
I just feel like it was more of like a constant, like, you know who I'm talking about.
Oh, okay,
we're giving to you.
Yeah.
We're giving our all until our energy level is red, right? We are done. The battery has died.
Right.
And there was no, let me charge you up, right? Let me give to you and show you my compassion. It was just like, no, like, this is what it is, and that's
take it or leave it. And
take it,
like,
take it or leave it.
We're leaving it.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it hurts because, you know, you spend so much time and energy and all of these things, and
money.
There's no, I was gonna say that, but I was gonna make it too obvious.
Well, whatever.
But you're just like giving so much, and it's just like too much. Like, what are you doing for me? Like, what are you doing to fill my bucket? Mm-hmm. Like, seriously. And I feel like we are adults. We should be grown enough to identify those issues and confront them, right? And be like, hey, this is what it is, and let's talk about it. Yeah. Right? Because you know what? We're all different. We've all grown into different people. We're changing. Our experiences are different. So, Mariah, why did you act this way? Yeah. Right? Why? Explain to me your side of the story. Right. Why did you feel like it was okay? Because in your eyes, maybe it is okay. Yeah. And that's fine. But let's have that conversation. Yeah. And don't avoid it. Don't avoid the conversation, because it needs to be had, because things are going to be rocky.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And without the conversation, then that's where it's like, okay, if you're avoiding the conversation and you the one who needs to initiate the conversation instead of pretending like things are okay and they're not okay, then I have to wash my hands.
And I think that's when people are supposed to take responsibility. But do you think that person thinks that not specifically that person, but do you think sometimes there's people that can't see their wrongdoing?
100%.
Yeah, I think that's 100% it. It's like people don't take responsibility, their privilege, all those things, you know, fucking drives me crazy. But but yeah, that's really why specifically, I don't even know if I've cut off friends specifically. I'm trying to think.
So Jen's looking into the camera.
But I feel like people hold on to friendships that they don't know how to let go of. I feel like I agree with that. And recently I was just in a situation where I had to realize that I had to take my energy out of something a little bit, because I was so hurt by somebody's actions that I kind of was like, what the hell? Like, I was kind of blindsided. Mm-hmm. So it's like really just trying to, sometimes you could cut off a friendship without saying that you're cutting it off. You just take your energy away. And I feel like people, if somebody doesn't notice that enough, like, then they're losing out. You know, like, if you know that you're a true and good friend and they don't notice that, like, sometimes it doesn't need to be a conversation. It's like, okay, we're gonna,
that's true.
I'm putting in equal what you're putting in. Would you have would you have given me the grace to give me this conversation? I don't know that you would have. And maybe it's not tit for tat. And I know people like to say, like, it's not for tit for tat. You shouldn't, like, base it off of that. Like, if somebody does something to me, I have to do it back or whatever the case is. But it's not even about that. It's about, like, being a human. And, like, if you're not going to sit down and show compassion, then why should I do the same for you? You know?
And protecting your space. Like,
yeah.
You can't keep allowing someone to step on you and your energy and not even show any type of compassion that they're doing so.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So removing yourself from a situation, just giving the distance, and, like, just knowing that you're, you know, like, make it to where you just have to really think about yourself. I'm sorry, you have to be a little selfish, because I feel like in the situation that we were both talking about, it's like we were both there, and we both it wasn't like it was coming from, like, a biased standpoint, because there's three of us, and I feel like we handle things very differently. Like, you're very, like, that was a little obvious, but it feels like you're very, like, no, like, you know, like, that's right, that's wrong, like, whatever. And then I'm very, like, almost passive, where it's like, oh, okay, like, now I understand. But it's like, no, wait, because you didn't add this part into the equation, you know? Like, you're not accounting for this, and you're forgiving for this, which is, like, you know, there was no balance. So, I think that's, like, where friendships could get muddy. Like I said, everything is about energy, balance.
Yeah.
Just finding that. And, like, surround yourself with people. If people don't do that for you anymore, whether they're your best friend or not, like, if it was between you and I, like, I wouldn't want you to stay around me if I was, you know, toxic to you or draining to you. But maybe that's the difference, that I know that I could be, you know, like, and I wouldn't want that for you. You can recognize that, yeah. But some people just can't recognize that they're wrong, or their privilege, or how they've like, they don't take responsibility for their actions. Yeah. And then why should I have to consistently, like, you know, be responsible for your actions?
Yeah, no.
Or be mindful of, like, oh, this one might be like this today. Let's, like, watch out how we speak. You know? Yeah, no.
Control, Alt, Delete. Clear history.
Right.
I'm kidding.
I can't. But yeah.
Yeah, no. I like that question. That was good. Bring in the questions.
I know, now I feel like we got through our little episode script. So any questions that you guys have, let us know.
Yeah. We're down to answer them.
We have 9 people in here right now. That's exciting.
That is progress.
I know.
For the first one, not bad.
I know, we got, like, 3 likes on this page. That's it.
I know. One thing we can say is, don't forget, you know, we are still having our holiday drive until December 15th.
Yeah.
Help out an 11-year-old, 9-year-old, 5-year-old, and 3-year-old make their Christmas miracle come true. Taking all types of donations, any type of donations. So hit us up for the location on where to
drop
off. Making sure that you're liking, commenting, subscribing, joining our community page on Facebook.
Join our community page. We have a few people. I think we're up to, like, 10 now, which is good.
Yeah. And we just want to really be able to build that community and just make a safe and fun place for you guys to go to, and you could submit anonymous questions on there. So that's really, like, the perk of that page, is just to kind of be able to have that.
Yeah.
You know? Safe space.
I don't know what that means.
10 what?
10 what?
Yeah,
so I think if that's it and nobody has any questions, you want to wrap it up?
Yeah.
I think this is a good episode. This is a light episode. Going forward, try to interact with this page more. I know you guys, Fiona's so rude. I know you guys interact with our our individual pages.
Yeah.
But try to leave your questions here and just write to us if you want us to talk about something or open the conversation. We also want to have people on, because we have,
we're looking for guests of any kind, like, whatever you do, businesswoman.
Yes.
If you're into nutrition, we could do that. Beauty.
Yeah.
What else? And it doesn't just have to be women. Like,
Men too.
Men too.
I was gonna say we should do an episode inviting men on, because I know there were, and men that are comfortable talking about their mental health. This way, like it starts opening up a door. For other men to feel comfortable doing that. Right. I feel like we have a lot of people around us that would come and join in.
Yeah, and just like we just want to, be able to just like have fun and just vibe out with us, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about the uncomfortable things that we don't want to talk about, the stigmas, everything.
Because she's crazy. I know Fiona is getting bigger now, and she just wants to be all over Jen when she comes in. So, all right, guys. Well. This was fun, We'll see you guys next week. If you guys, let us know if you guys like these live episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Because I thought we were like, this is a good idea. Yeah. Our video's been corrupting, just so you guys know. Like, that's why we haven't been uploading to YouTube and we're not up to date on there. I know, people were asking for our YouTube. So we're like, why don't we go live and then screen record this and post it somewhere? But, we just got some input here. Oh, we're so happy. This person is showing appreciation and gratitude to us, and we love that. So that's what we want for everybody. Yeah, so we really do. We really do appreciate you. And they love the live. Yay. So we'll be doing, maybe we'll go live from now on.
We can do our 2 on live.
Oh, yeah. You guys want to do it with us? Yes. Record yourself and tag us. That would be cute, right? Okay. And then we'll get some interactions going on.
That'll be cute.
Right. And you know what? Some things that we talked about this morning will be coming to fruition too. Next year we're gonna lay out all of our goals for this year, and then like next year, and then we'll share them with you guys, because we have some exciting things that we want to do.
Absolutely.
So for now, and guys, thanks for tuning in today. We'll see you guys next week. Bye. Bye. We gotta do it together.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Bye.